Hello, 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 and welcome to Glitch Jams Live, episode 6. And I got new glasses, but I'm seeing there's a glare, but that's okay because this isn't a vanity stream, this is a coding stream. So you can ignore the little square, little rectangle that I'm on, and pay more attention to the browser that is in that direction. My name is Jenn. I'm the Director of Community at Fastly. Glitch is within the Fastly cinematic universe. I'm very happy to be here for our 6th episode of Glitch Jams Live, where I share the cool projects that the community is making, and then you watch me chaotically live code my own Jams project. We'll talk about what Jams is. This is a live stream, so if you're watching the video later, hello to you too. But right now, I want to give shouts out to people that are in the chat, like, oh, and let me turn off my background music, because I realized that is on, because Jenn Turner, my teammate, told me. Okay. I'm going to pay attention to the chat, so if you have any questions, if you want to say hi, do so. And yeah, also like and subscribe while you're around. If you are unfamiliar with Glitch, Glitch is the friendly community where you can build the app of your dreams on the World Wide Web, powered by the information superhighway. And what we're going to do today is show off some of the stuff that the community has been making, maybe including you. I want to shout out to Jenn and Casey, my teammates in the chat. And yeah, let's get into it. So glitch.com, it's December 15th right now, end of the year, which means we have last year on Glitch. Last year on Glitch is our celebration of all the cool projects the community was making over the past year. And so you can go to our last year in Glitch forum. I'll show you how you can get to it easily. We posted our newsletter, we posted it on our forum, support.glitch.com. You can also go to jamslive.glitch.me to see the run of show for all of these episodes. And I have links to everything that I go over in there. Anyway, right now we're asking for nominations for last year on Glitch. We're looking for what you think were the most inspiring apps, the coolest WebXR experiences, the most helpful tools, most beautiful apps, apps that made you laugh out loud or LMAO'd, the best playlists on Glitch, what made you learn, and then our newest superlative this year is best Fediverse app, which, yeah, I'm excited to see what y'all submit. And then we have like a really cool page on our Discover page on glitch.com here, where people will be able to see what those projects were. It'll be underneath all of our cool starter apps, our import from GitHub. So yeah, keep an eye on this space and submit your nominations. And into the new year, we'll be celebrating what was created in 2023 to inspire us to create even more in 2024. Also, an app that we are celebrating is our app of the week. Every week we have a little cool box here where we celebrate the app that week, and this week is Utune. I featured this in the live stream last week. It's by Ellen Kilderman, who has done some really cool apps, including this little project up here. So this is like Ellen Kilderman week on Glitch unofficially. This project is love letters to places I'll never meet. They made a map of places that were not there or had closed by the time they had moved there, and they show Yelp reviews on it. So that is a cool project. And another one that they did that's cool is Utune. So Utune is an app that does discovery on YouTube videos. So they're, as they said, relatively unviewed original songs posted to YouTube. Think of it as your neighborhood coffee shop open mic night, but on the internet. So I talked last week about how discovery on the web is one of the most awesome things about the web, just like discovering cool little gems that people create. But it's also one of the hardest things right now to do as we are coming out of the segmentation of centralized communities. And so I love seeing the glitch community, Ellen included, creating apps that help you do discovery of gems on these platforms. They also have Scrubstack, which like randomly shows you Substack newsletters. So, shouts out. That's your app of the week. If you want to submit your own app of the week, you can let us know either in our forum on support.glitch.com. You can email community@glitch.com. You reach us at a number of social platforms that we're on. Just scroll down to the footer of glitch.com and you'll find our YouTube, our Dev2, our Mastodon account, where you'll see us like on Twitter, and even our LinkedIn, because I weirdly spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. Because I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. Anyway, Utune, check it out. And just a warning, it's unmoderated, as I say here, so browse at your own risk. Maybe put some headphones on if you're in a public place. Let's see, what else is going on with glitch.com? So from what our team is working on, we're working on getting our containers up to date so you can use the latest versions of your favorite server-side JavaScript tool, Node. So we've been asking you, exhaustively, I've been asking you over the past several weeks to update your projects to have old versions of Node. Today is actually the deadline to get any versions of Node, any projects using versions of Node 8 and below up to date. So you can go into your projects, go into the editor, update the package.json file. You go to help.glitch.com, and if you search Node version, this help doc will come up. It will tell you what versions of Node are on containers, what they are when they're deprecating, and how to update it. You literally just have to go to package.json and look for the engines section under Node and replace a little number with 16.x. That's the most up-to-date we have. It's not the most up-to-date version of Node generally, but that's what we're trying to work towards, getting stuff up to date. So we could really use your help on that. So do that. If your package.json file does not have the engines property in it, and this applies to full stack and generated static apps, then you can just add this to it. The fallback, if you don't have engine set, is Node 10. It's just a good idea to keep your Node version up to date, and we are trying to work towards doing the same. Also on this help doc, you can see information about our timetable for deprecation as we work towards having containers being up to date with more supported Node versions. And going forward, we will be giving at least 6 weeks to plan upgrades going forward. So this will be like the last like kind of thing before the end of the year, which is in 2 weeks. That's kind of wackadoodle. Okay, what else is going on, Glitch? Glitch Community Co-Jams. This month, the theme is gift giving. So we are thinking and coding about gift giving. So we're asking you to make a gift of code, projects that helps others give gifts, or make something for yourself as a treat. The past couple of weeks, I've been working with WebSockets to make a gift-related app with you. I'm going to continue doing that at the end of the stream after we go over some really cool projects from the community. But go to glitch.com/jams or click CodeJams up here in the navigation. And it will talk about what a CodeJam is, what you gotta do. Literally, all you gotta do to submit is in the project description of your project, add #CodeJam and #giftgiving. And then I'll see it. And maybe even share it. Actually, if you submit it, I will share it. Here's one that I want to share. This one is from Tiago Rangel. It's gift giving. Tiago makes a lot of really, not just like cool apps, but like cool looking apps. I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you, but go to giftgiving.glitch.me and tap to start the game. And yes, thank you, Tiago. You are a gift, and so is your project. I'm going to go to your profile page because I really like it. So let's see. Let's see some other projects. Oh, well, first of all, gotta thank you. Thank you, Tiago. Other projects. Tiago's made a ton of really interesting stuff. What if editing text is simpler and easier? I'm trying to remember if Tiago's done any markdown related stuff. I tend to gravitate towards projects that are related to rendering markdown, like note-taking apps and all of that. Oh, cool. It's like a little note-taking app. They make like a lot of cool little utilities like this, which I like. So check that out. Tiago's profiles, Tiago Rangel. And Tiago, if I've mispronounced your name, please let me know. And again, thank you for creating on Glitch and sharing with it. And thank you for submitting your project to our jam. Even though you know what you did. Click that gift, you'll know what they did. Let's see what else is going on. So here's some cool projects from the community that have either been shared or have been brought under my radar that I want to share with you. So I've been working on WebSocket stuff, as I just mentioned, and we'll go into later with my gift project. But Sean on my team reminded me of this project from Potch, who used to work on the Glitch team and is a very dear friend of mine. My West Coast brother Potch made a game called Remote Hands, where you can create a room and then have people join it, and then you can set a status that will appear on everyone's devices. So you know, when like you're on a Zoom call, you can like raise your hand and everyone can see. That wasn't always the case. That was a fairly new invention. And so this is like a cool fun app where you can do that. So let's see, I can like room name, wow, I can join. And then any of you can go to glitch.com or remote hands on glitch.com. And if you put in the room wow, you can join and you'll see me posting this. And you'll see the status of everyone. So if you're not using Zoom, if you're using some video conferencing tool, or you're like on a telephone call with each other, but you happen to have screens in front of you. Oh, Sean's in the chat. Yeah, you can share it. This is using WebSockets. So everyone's on the page, like broadcasts their status to the server, and then the server tells everybody what the statuses are, which is pretty cool. John Williams said audio a bit low for anyone else. Let's see. I'm gonna make my microphone closer to me. My voice is a little bit shot. We had our holiday party yesterday. I went to a couple of holiday parties last night, and it was a lot of talking over loud music. So I'm also talking a little bit lower and raspier than normal. That's why I have my large cups of water with me. I also have this water, and this is my spray water. This is for like when I'm painting, but it's just water. Stay hydrated, friends. And let me know if the audio is still quite low. I can change the levels in OBS. But yeah. Also, hi, John. Thanks for joining. Cool. So, remote hands. Oh, Casey's there. We got some full status updates there. Anyway, check that out. You can remix it and add your own statuses that you want. And yeah, very cool. Okay, John says that the audio is better. Good. Thanks for letting me know. Let's see, what's next? Okay, scrolling comment. Oh, wait, before I go, Potch. Thank you. I just want to thank everybody as I'm going through. Potch also has a really great profile of lots of really, really, really cool apps to check out. Let's see this pin project. What is this? I guess it's just like a base project. I don't know what that project is, but there's always like a ton of really cool stuff. Oh, this is cool. I'm gonna allow this like asks for your webcam and then just like does like a dithering filter on it. So yeah, this is actually really cool. Anyway, if you want to like really kind of like get inspired, Potch is like the king of JavaScript inspo and makes really cool playlists and just makes really cool stuff. Yeah. Anyway, next project, Scroll Comic. This is from Emmett. Um, Emmett Baber does really cool 3D related stuff. WebXR, a lot of like comic and zine kind of stuff. The cool thing about Scroll Comic is this is like their experiment in let me mute that. They're doing experiments on exploring reading comics in a 3D space. And so here you're scrolling like the stories behind the panels, and the panels are coming up, and this is like a kind of like showdown scene. And I don't know, this is actually like a really cool scrolly telling project. I love it. I'm rooting for the purple guy because the purple character looks kind of emo. Like that's a sad guy. I want them to win. I'm rooting against, like, look how sassy that pose is. I love it. Emmett is a really awesome artist and makes a lot of cool stuff that you should check out. Thank you. They also did like a YouTube tutorial on how to do kind of like a 3D art gallery of your 2D art. I believe I featured that on a past stream. It's really cool. Let's see. A Watch, .glitch.me is by Diego Marcos, who's a co-creator of A-Frame. I don't have, this requires a headset to really check out, but what this is this is an Apple Watch-esque interface. So if you are using a headset and have like a VR experience where you want to have a menu on like your watch and you're using hand trackers, this puts that interface on your watch. I'm going to find their Twitter post where they talked about it. I don't know if I can because I don't have a Twitter account. D Marcos is his Twitter account, and he posts updates on all the A-Frame stuff that he's doing. So you can check it out. It adds more context to how this is, but if you're making WebXR experiences where the users are expected to have hand trackers, the idea of having the experience menu be on like their wrist is really, really cool. And so this is just like an example that allows you to do that. So try that out. It's pretty neat. And their Twitter has video of it in action. And like Diego co-created A-Frame and makes like just tons of really cool stuff. And we love the A-Frame community here. So shouts out. Let me give Diego a thanks. Okay, center of the. This is an app that you enter 2 locations and it gives you the middle point of it. It's not in English, but you can like figure it out. And it's a map, so you can like use it. So I can say like San Francisco and New York City. And the location is Kansas. That's like the central location. So if I wanted to meet a friend and we want to each meet each other halfway so that it's fair, then yeah. So let's see. I'm about to go on a call later with my pal Tasha, who's in Portland. And if we want to actually meet in the middle, we're Tasha, if you're listening, we're going to South Dakota, baby. Uh, Jen's going, no, because she lives around there. Anyway, I love this app. I also just like love that, you know, uh the app doesn't have to be in English for it to be usable amongst everybody. Geography, it's the globe, it's the earth. We're all on it. Um, so shouts out to Hito909. You're gonna get a thanks. Um, Also, whatever this app is, Cute Gray Juice, that is a funny name. Let's see what else. Okay, here's a blog post from Stefan Bohacek. 7 years with Glitch. So Stefan joined the Glitch forum and got well, within the forum there's a badge for your like anniversary. So we and this is our community forum, support.glitch.com. Check us out there, share your app of the week and last year in Glitch and all that kind of fun stuff in there. This is also where we post all of our updates. But Stefan got a notification about joining the forum and talked about their story of signing up. Back when Glitch had another name, Glitch had previous names before it launched as Glitch, and they joined. They were our best playlist on Glitch of last year, from last year on Glitch. So again, if you make a cool playlist, submit it. You might be 2023's. And yeah, this is just like a nice blog post. I also love that like Stefan is like a prolific bot creator and also a prolific blogger about this kind of stuff, which I really love. And they've always just been a big fan, and we've always been a big fan as well. So you can check out Stefan's Glitch account at glitch.com/Stefan. And yeah, thank you. You should also check out BotWiki, their team, and this is like their project where they make online bots. And a lot of them, they're making mostly Mastodon bots now. And yeah, check that out. Okay, what else? Okay, so let's talk about something that I contributed to the community last week, and that is a playlist. I've been working on the WebSocket stuff. I live coded, or I did a code review of my Hello Fastify WebSocket starter. And what I'm going to do for the rest of the stream is show you my second part. But I put them together in a playlist, so you can go to glitch.com/@JennSchiffer. Just go to my profile in WebSockets Journey, and you'll be able to see it. And I'll just be adding more and more of these projects as I walk through this journey of learning WebSockets there. So check that out. And yeah, if you have a project that you want me to show off, if you want to get all the latest updates, go to support.glitch.com. Jen in the chat said we did a profile at Stefan earlier this year on our blog. So that's in the chat. Go to blog.glitch.com. And she did like a cool like 5 minutes with a creator profile. And you can learn more about what they've been working on recently. So shouts out. Glitch.com. That's it. No, that's not it. So let's talk about WebSockets. Let's talk about my CodeJam submission app. Last week, let me close up some of these tabs. These beautiful, beautiful tabs. So we go back in the journey of the past half hour. Thank you to everybody that's come up here. Okay. Hydration station time. So, last week I went over Hello Fastify WebSocket. I wanted to make an app where it showed everybody that was present on the page. Get it? Present, presents, gifts. I made this hilariously wacky mock-up because UX design is my passion on Make 8-Bit Art. I was like, what if I had like an emoji in the center? And everybody that was like on the page, you can see their cursor and they could choose to be a gift or something bad. And the more gifts, the happier the emoji is. And the more bad things, I was going to use a clock, but I'll think of something else. The more bad things, the sadder the emoji is. And in order to manage this, I have to know how many people or clients are on the page. And the server has to know how many and also where they are. And so this app, Hello Fastfy WebSocket, does like the first part. It identifies who's on the page, sends it to the server, and the server sends back a count of how many people are there. So that's fun. Then over the weekend, I was like, now I need to actually show the cursor of everybody that's on the page. And so I came up with Fastfy WebSocket Part 2. If you don't mind, I'd like to do a quick walkthrough of how this works. Let's go to here. Let's edit the project. And you can follow along too if you like. Hello Fastfy WebSocket Part 2.glitch.me will take you to the app, but you can also go to the editor and watch along with me as I am here. And you can see my cursor is drawing an emoji on the page. And if you join the page, you will see those hearts as well. And then as you move your mouse cursor, I will see your hearts and my hearts too. Let me post in the chat, unless someone gets to it before me, this link so you can go too. Don't mind me, I have like a very large screen. That's not a brag, it's kind of a curse when you're trying to stream. I think that that is the right URL that I added. I'm gonna test it. Oh yeah, okay. So this is me. The red heart is me on my work screen over here, and the green is me here on my stream screen. And you can join the page and move your cursor around as well, which is fun. Oh, I see a blue heart. Very, very cool. So let's see what's happening. And I'm also going to open the Fastfy WebSocket so I can compare the two. Okay, so in the original Fastfy WebSocket, we created a WebSocket and we had an index to handle serving the person that goes to my app this index.html page, which is just this page here that has a placeholder for a socket count. And then we have a handler for the WebSocket. So when the client, or like you, go to the page, it increases the count of how many clients are on the page. It tells everyone else who's on that page, hey, this is how many of yous there are. We send like a message just to like test it out. And then if someone leaves, their socket closes, we decrease the count and tell everybody, hey, this is how many people are on the page now. So literally all that happens in this project is this number 1 here updates and goes up and down as people join and leave. So this is a little bit different. The plumbing is the same. I remixed that first app. So we don't really change anything until we get to the WebSocket handler. We're still serving in index.html. The difference is, and I'm going to refresh it to clear stuff out, is I don't have that like placeholder for how many people are on the page. So what I do is, instead of just tracking the count of people on the page, I actually have to track a state of each of them. Their state being the X and Y position of their mouse cursor, as well as what emoji to show. Because as you notice, different people on the page end up having different emoji. I'm gonna refresh my other screen here. I look and feel like a DJ right now because I'm like doing this on a trackpad 2 feet apart, 3 feet apart from each other. So two of my clients, one client state is the emoji's red, and right now the X and Y is close to 0, 0. And then the other state is this other client where the emoji is blue, and the state is about like 100, 100, I guess. I don't know how many pixels that is anymore. I used to think I so live journal avatars, if I recall correctly, were 100 by 100 pixels. And so that was like my ruler for how big things were on my screen. Like I was just like, you know how like uh you kind of get a general sense of like how many inches your hand is and that becomes your ruler. But like on the web, my ruler was the size of a live journal avatar. But like now screens are like higher res and like live journal isn't really like a thing anymore. But yeah, I'm very curious to know like what was your like pixel ruler? Like what was your benchmark? Like what was your baseline? And was it an avatar for your favorite social network? Anyway, you asked. Let's see here. Okay, so we're keeping track of client state. Client states here is an object I've got here. I also have a client ID tracker. I need to have a unique ID for each person that joins so that when they leave, I can remove their state from this client states object. And I just do an integer ID that starts with 0. I just increment up. You can do all sorts of like weird hash things, but I didn't need to make it complicated. So when you handle it, the initial state that you give is an XY and a purple heart emoji. And then when the client sends a message, they're sending their state to you. And we say if the message that they send have an X, a Y, and an emoji, then set that client state and their ID to that message. And then tell all of the clients the latest version of client states. And then when a person leaves, we delete their state from that client states object. And then we tell the clients, hey, there's been an update on client states. So it's not all that much code on the server side. And that's like the hardest part. So now all the work that I got to do is if I want to do something like, I don't know, add more characteristics, if I wanted to like add audio or I don't know, anything to it, I would just need to update what is in this section. And now that's the server side part. Now we have to handle what's happening on the client side when you join the page. So I have an array of options of emoji to pick from. And I choose a random emoji of those options to be what is my cursor when I join. Similarly to the remix, we create a WebSocket connection with the app. So when you remix these apps, I say in the README, like you have to update this line to be what your project URL is, or else you're connecting to my WebSocket, which is like fine and cool, but it's probably not what you want. So we open the WebSocket. I just log to your client console that you connected for debugging purposes. And then when you get a message from the server, this is when the server tells you, hey, I have information for you. There's 2 things that we look for. What our client ID is and our clients and the client states object. The server's got to tell us what our ID is because we can ignore our part of the client states object. But for client states, if a client state's is sent, we have to go through that object and show all of those cursors on the screen. And so I created a function called show client states that helps us do that. So show client states, we get that object of all the clients, X, Y, and emoji. So for each of them, we ignore our own because we don't want to show it. Although I'm not entirely sure if I do ignore it, but I'll have to debug that. So for each one, we create a text node. Actually, I keep creating a span. And we are setting the inside of that span element to be the emoji of that state. Oh, Potch is in the chat. Potch, I was showing off your remote hand WebSocket app before because Sean reminded me of it when we were talking about WebSocket stuff earlier this week. So shouts out. Yeah. Anyway, the span gets the emoji inside of it. We append it to the body of the page. The cursor style is set to be absolute, and we set the left to be the client, the left to be the X value, the top to be that Y value. And then, yeah, and then we just draw. I have a note here. I said we should add an ID to first check if that node exists and then set its position. Currently, we're just drawing. So yeah, you can draw stuff here. I appreciate you all drawing just nice things. It can be dangerous when you let everybody arbitrarily draw whatever they want on a screen that's live on YouTube, but the stream is small enough that I think things are okay. And then also, if like you fuck it up, oh, excuse me, I cussed. If you do something inappropriate, I can just refresh it and it goes away from me, at least. Because all of this is on the client side. This isn't being saved in a database or anything like that. So yeah, and then I have when your mouse moves, or if you're on your phone and you're moving your finger, we send I'm drawing with the person. We send a JSON that's stringified object of the X, Y, and emoji. So there we go. That is Hello Fastify WebSocket Part 2. So this gets me pretty close to where I want to be for my project. Remember, I want to like show everybody on the screen and have my emoji face change based on the state of the emoji. I started my jam submission in Jelly Raspy Plier. Actually, I want to keep that run a show open just in case I can open up the screen. So Jelly Raspy Plier is a remix of that app of the first starter. So I want to update it. I don't think I changed any of the code. I think I just updated. Yeah, I don't think I updated anything except the README file. Actually, I can tell by opening up Rewind and seeing the history. Let's see. README, public client.js. What did I do? Cool. Oh, okay. All I did was update my README, and then I also had changed the WebSocket URL because that is what my directions told me to do, and I listened. Cool. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to copy everything from client.js into let's replace this with that, and then if I updated CSS. Let's compare. Yeah, no, the CSS is the same. Because this is WebSocket 2. I actually don't need the count block here anyway. So I'll delete it here. Server. Just gonna wholesale copy and paste. And then index. Copy and paste that inside. Just because I don't want to, I want to keep, let's say I want to keep the Jelly Raspy Plier name, which like I don't really care too much about it, but I just don't want to have to recode all of the stuff that I did for the second starter that I did from here. We don't have a way to like do like cool get upstreamy stuff on Glitch, but I mean it's something that we're always talking about. There's a lot of opportunities to make the Git experience cool. This is Ian Oliver. Thank you for joining. Cool. Okay. Okay, so we're done with WebSocket 2. Again, you can check out my playlist. All the links are in jamslive.glitch.me, which I'm gonna type into the chat. jamslive.glitch.me. Best website in the world. Okay, I promise I will never sing again. Actually, I can't make that promise. Jelly Raspy Plier is our gift game. Open preview pane. There we go. We got the emoji. Okay, so let's get to the README. I want them to have an emoji describing my state. For every client that joins, their mouse cursor, show their mouse cursor as a gift emoji. Clients can click to change their cursor from gift, good, to clock, bad. The more gifts, the happier the emoji state. The more clocks, the sadder. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so that means that we want the emoji const good emoji equal. Oh, you know, there's a Firefox bug with Mac with Sonoma that the emoji keyboard shortcut doesn't work. I mentioned this in the stream last week, and then I posted it on Mastodon saying that like on my computers, Firefox just will not open the emoji keyboard. And then Zach Leatherman, shouts out, was like, yeah, this has been driving me crazy. Here's the Bugzilla report about it. And so it has been, there is a Bugzilla report. It's listed as P3, which I beg to differ. I think this is P0. And so I would love the Firefox team to fix it. It's okay. I'm used to the emoji keyboard shortcut not working in Google Docs, and they do that intentionally, and I hate it. Yeah, anyway, if I want to type an emoji, I can't do it in Firefox. I have to like, there might be like another keyboard shortcut for it, but I don't know. So I'm literally in like my Apple Notes using the shortcut to open it up and set it there. Cool. Good emoji. And then down here we would just want, if I refresh, now literally everybody that goes on the page is going to have the present emoji. And then we all on the server, I think I set the default as the heart. It says present. Okay. So bad emoji. I think I said we wanted the social construct of time to be bad, but I don't know. If you have a better suggestion for a bad emoji that's safe for kids, let me know. Oh, you know what? I got it. You know what's bad? Although I love bugs, I just like don't want roaches. Roaches make me sad when they're around because you gotta get rid of them, but I hate killing bugs. Okay. So now what I want to do, Jen Turner said black licorice. Is there a black licorice emoji? I don't think there is. Okay, Jen, I never liked black licorice. And then my buddy Mark Vigent and I went to this there's this candy shop on the Lower East Side. I forget the name of it, but it's like a very old school candy shop. You get all sorts of like weird old vintage candies and new stuff too. And he was like, I love my favorite candy from here is salted black licorice. And in my head, I was like, that sounds like probably the most disgusting thing in the entire planet next to roaches. And he got some and he loved it and he's got great taste. And so I tried it and I liked it. So black licorice, I don't like, but salted black licorice is very good. So you should try it. Um yeah. Anyway, and I haven't seen and the salted black licorice came in I think like little tractor and pig shapes. But yeah, I don't know where else I would be able to get it. I would probably only ever get it from this candy shop in the Lower East Side. Let me find the name of it. Economy Candy. It's on Rivington. It's like right near the Delancey stop. It's like a couple blocks away from there. And yeah, anyway. Black licorice, salted. Love it. Let's go. Okay. Let's see. So, okay, we got good emoji, bad emoji, and I want to have it so that when you click, your emoji changes. So, if we say like, on click, change, cursor. Let's see. And for show client states, we'll keep that. Okay. So I think what I want to do actually is have const choices again be an array of these. I'm trying to think of like how I want to toggle the state. And I haven't thought this through before the stream, so we're entering pure like my two brain cells working at full speed, PlayStation fans going off, coding mode, where it's mostly me thinking and changing my mind. I was telling the team earlier that one thing that I do a lot that's really annoying is I'll set a variable name up on top here, and then like later as I'm coding, I'll change my mind on what I think the variable should be named, and so I'll like type something new, and then everything will break. I don't know why I took my glasses off. I actually need them back on. My eyes are having a hard time focusing today. Okay. Const choices equal that to, and let emoji equal choices. We'll start with like the first one. And then we'll say let emoji equal emoji, which I think you could also just, you might be able to do it destructured. I'm not sure. So then that'll, okay, nothing's changed. We still have gifts. And now we want to like on like click have the mouse cursor change. So let's see. Okay. Let's see. Unclick change cursor. And a window. Window.add event listener. Click. Or is it? Yeah, it's click. And we actually don't need to know the state of what we clicked, so we don't need to send an event. And if I set the cry official video, I think you are spam. You said very best and helpful. I'm keeping my eye out on you. And if you aren't spam, I'm sorry, but your name seems very spammy. Okay. Okay, on click, let's just say emoji equals choices 1. So this is just saying that like on click the emoji changes. There you go. So that's just not, it's not sharing with like the rest of the world though, because when you make a change on the client, you have to broadcast it to everybody. And so what we can do is actually, I have the send event on move. I can just call that here afterwards. The thing is, you have to send an event. And I chose not to do that here, so I am going to do that here. So here I am doing everything I can. Anyone? What are you? Who's drawing? What are you drawing? Oh, for the gift that you're drawing, can you click and make it a roach? Let's see. You are very quiet. It's interesting. Am I quiet? I apologize. I don't think my volume levels on my end seem very normal. But maybe I just move my microphone, maybe it'll help. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this in a new window so that there's 2 of me here. And then I'm gonna click. And draw. Okay, so it's working. Cool. Okay, so now what I want to do here, roach achieved. So now what I want to do is have it toggle the emoji on click instead of just setting it to 1. So this is where I'm like, I can do like, God, I forget, how do you do, God, I haven't done a ternary statement in forever. MDN ternary. I'm about to like every time I do a ternary statement in JavaScript, I'm about to like write PHP. And so okay, I have to look. Okay. Conditionary ternary operator. Okay, condition, if it's that, then this. Okay, cool. Please, can you connect for Upwork? Okay, you're a spammer. Cry a fickle video in the chat. Wow, I love AI. They saw that like one person complained about my audio earlier, and then they like used that to make it seem like they were real. I'm obsessed. I for one welcome all the roaches in our AI overlords. I could probably write this entire app using an AI in like 5 minutes, but I love the journey. Okay. Okay, emoji is so the condition is emoji. Emoji is, how would I write this again? Question mark. Because the options are 0 and 1, and that's like a boolean. So emoji, it's like true, then we want it to be choices 0. And if it's not, then it's choices 1. Maybe. Let's see what happens. No, that doesn't work. Let's see if I can refresh and look at my console. Whoop, go back. Oh, does it work? Okay, an attempt to manage object is no longer usable. Why? What is not usable? Okay, so there's no errors. Let's see. Oh, duh, because emoji is the actual emoji. Not... It's the actual text, not the number. So what I want to do is say... This is where I change emoji choice equals 0. And then here, I do choices emoji choice. I think that's what I want. And then emoji choice, I want to set to that. Let's see. And then I broke it. Perfect. I'm gonna close this preview because it's firing up my machine. And I just want to get this part done. And then then I can move on. Okay, so let's see. Emoji choice. There we go. Okay. So this is what I did. On click, I get emoji choice. It's either 0 or 1. That also happens to mean in JavaScript true or false. And so my conditional is I look at the emoji choice. If it's 1 or true, then set it to 0. We're assigning a 0. If it's not, then just set it to 1. And that's like a shorthand way to toggle something if you're using just like Boolean values, which in this case is 0 or 1. Now, if I wanted to click and add more choices, this is not going to work. But for now, it does. What we got is the ability to change your cursor to a present or a roach, and everyone should be able to see that that's the case. So I'm gonna open in a window. I'm gonna do a little gift here, and then click and do a bunch of roaches here. And I do see that here on this page. So everyone's being broadcasted all the states. John Williams said you also do emoji choice equals not emoji choice. And that is true. That's another way to just toggle it on and off. I overcomplicated it with the ternary statement, which of course I forgot to write, which is fine. Why do I need to remember how to write ternary operator all the time? But yeah, you can do this as well. And that works again just if you have one or two. If you wanted to have multiple emoji choices, you can say if emoji choice is 0 and you click, you want it to be 1, so you can just increment it, and you can just increment it until you get to the length of the array -1, and if it's the length of the array -1, then you go back to 0, and you can kind of just iterate through the array. That's how I would do it if I had more than one emoji. So anyway, thanks, John. So this is why I love doing this live with folks. Making it easier. I'm actually going to do John's idea because it's just a lot more readable than the ternary statement. Let's see. Okay. It's 3:05. I'm almost out of this water. What do we want to do next? What we have to do is we gotta add my emoji describing my own state, which the server again has to hold the key to. And what we'll do is we'll say keep track of my emotions. So I'll say like so what we'll have to do is have the emoji, my emoji, based on the ratio of presents to roaches. And then we'll have to broadcast to all clients along with the client states. So broadcast all clients. We'll have to not only send client states, but we'll also have to send Jenn state. And then the server will do that ratio, get all that stuff. And then the client will have in the index file a placeholder for my emoji state, which we can like do right now. We can let's say we can start off with I'm doing emoji keyboard in another app because Firefox is like, oh, this is only P3 status. Don't need to fix it. It's not important. I guess like writing emoji is not important. It's only like the hieroglyphs of our generation, but okay. yeah, so what we'll do is we'll update Gen state every time we connect. We determine the ratio of presence of roaches, and next week, next week's the last stream of the year, so I gotta get this done. So if you're making an app for the gift giving jam, thank you. Thank you to everyone who's submitted so far. I can't wait to see more of them come through. I haven't checked updates since yesterday, so I know a couple more have dropped in. But yeah, make a project about gift giving, like I am, and maybe you can start from the WebSocket app here. You can even remix what I've been working on so far. It's Jelly Raspberry Plier. Go to jamslive.glitch.me to see all the links that I showed off today, including the app right here. Learn more about ternary statements. John said also tend to forget the ternary syntax. You know, our brains are only so big. There's so much to remember. Why I gotta remember a ternary statement? And as you've seen, there's often way more than one way to do something as simple as toggling 0 to 1, especially in JavaScript, but also in other languages. Um, but yeah, I will see you next week on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll wrap up this project and wrap up the end of the year. Submit your nominations for last year on Glitch, and I will see you on glitch.com. Have a very good weekend.